Parfums de Marly Greenley. Now this right here is one of the most popular fresh fragrances from this brand, and it's supposed to be a luxury brand, so let's find out if this fragrance is even worth it. Released in 2020, Parfums de Marly Greenley is a fresh fragrance that was added to the roster of Parfums de Marly scents. This stuff right here is a citrusy, fruity, aromatic scent, with the notes being green apple, Calabrian bergamot, mandarin orange, petitgrain, cashmere, cedar, pomerose, violet, oak moss, musk, and amberwood. So this stuff opens up with a beautiful green apple citrusy kind of opening, with it really primarily being green apple as the main stuff, but you do get a kind of sour, sweet-ish kind of green apple that kind of smells like a actual green apple taste, which is kind of impressive. But as it dries down, you get the musk and the oak moss, with the oak moss being the more prominent thing out of those two. It really just becomes a green apple and oak moss scent, and the oak moss can come off a little bit strong, which will be a tad bit off-putting to some. But I really think that this is a fragrance that most people can wear and not have any issues with. It's a masculine scent, not too masculine, but it definitely is leaning in that direction. This is not a scent that I would say is unisex. Because of the nature of this fragrance being a citrusy, woodsy, and fruity kind of fragrance, it is incredibly versatile. A 3-season fragrance, in my opinion: spring, summer, fall. It works especially great in the heat. Every time I've tested this fragrance, I've had no issues with the performance of it, which is the next thing that I am going to get into. The performance on this stuff is absolutely amazing. Every single time that I've worn this scent right here, it gives me about 10 to 12 hours of longevity with an impressive, strong projection for the first 6 hours of the scent. The sillage is great on this. It smells amazing in the air, and it doesn't even use something like Ambroxan to push it out. So a fresh fragrance that has strong projection and it has a long longevity without the use of Ambroxan is kind of unheard of. I know that the musks and the oak moss is kind of what's giving it that kind of longevity. That's usually what musks do in scents, and because the oak moss and stuff is a strong note in here, it really does increase the longevity and projection of it. But that green apple note, it stays with the scent throughout the entire thing. Even though it's only in the top notes, this stuff smells like green apple throughout the air. You can smell it, and I've had some other people testing this fragrance, and yeah, it is definitely a room filler. Now, when it comes to the bottle, you do get this translucent green kind of bottle that is kind of misleading due to the box being this mint green, but nevertheless, I do like how the bottle looks because, you know, that clear color gives you the ability to see the juice in the bottle, which some of the other Parfums de Marly fragrances, it's virtually impossible to see how much liquid is actually in there. The atomizer on these bottles are also really good. As you know, Parfums de Marly has really good atomizers. Now, the biggest thing that always hits Parfums de Marly is their pricing. Their pricing for Parfums de Marly Greenley is $330 for their 125 milliliter bottle, and for their 75 milliliter bottle, you'll be looking at spending $240. That pricing is completely unreasonable. In my opinion, this fragrance is not worth spending that much. Now, I would consider spending $200 on the 125 milliliter bottle, but thankfully, discounters allow me to pay even less than that because you can get it for about $160 on most discounters that I have checked. And how much I paid for this 75 milliliter bottle, at the time when I paid for it, it was $125. In my opinion, $125 is a absolutely amazing price for this fragrance. It lasts long, it projects good. I mean, it's a no-brainer green fragrance in my opinion. One of the easiest dumb reach green fragrances on the market as of right now. This and Coach Green. Coach Green is just kind of a cheaper alternative. You can get that stuff for like $30-40 right now. So this right here is an easy no-brainer in my opinion. So what is my opinion of Parfums de Marly Greenley? Well, this stuff really does almost everything right. I mean, it smells good, it lasts long, it projects good, and those are the 3 things that most people want when it comes to buying a fresh fragrance in particular, because most of the time this stuff doesn't last long and they don't project strong, because this market is kind of watering out everything. But Parfums de Marly Greenley, or at least the batch that I have, does very well with all of those things. And so for that reason, I'm going to give this a 7.8 out of 10 on my rating. The reason it is not higher is because I actually do like the smell of some other fresh fragrances better than this. For example, I like the smell of Parfums de Marly Sedley better than Parfums de Marly Greenley. The only reason that Sedley got a lower rating is because it's worse in almost every other aspect except for the smell. There's also a couple other fragrances like Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. That is my favorite summertime fragrance. That stuff is my favorite fresh fragrance on the market. But of course, those are completely different scents. This as a green fragrance is great. It's masculine, it smells good, it lasts long. If you're looking for a good green fragrance, this is a great one to start with. So guys, that is my review of Parfums de Marly Greenley. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, guys, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's get to 500 subscribers. We are actually getting very close to getting there. So I appreciate everyone that's hit that subscribe button. If you want to watch my review of Parfums de Marly Sedley, go ahead and click the video right there. But that's all I have for you guys. I will see you in the next one.